Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel and happy Christmas, Merry Holidays. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everyone. And welcome to day 2 of Caroline Christmas, where every video I'm going to be dropping in the month of December will have some sort of giveaway. So stay tuned for this video because I'll be giving away this wig. I know you guys love my detailed start to finish, taking you from straight out of the box to giving straight out of the scalp videos. But for today, I wanted to, rewind a little bit and show you what I do to wash and revamp my wigs for a reinstall. The wig I'm going to be working with today is actually a wig from one of my long detailed start to finish video where I showed you guys how I plucked, bleached, installed, and styled it straight out of the box. And this is a wig a couple months later. It's not really giving the same, whenever you wear your wigs a lot consistently, as you can see, I have lots of product buildup on the lace and also in the hair. The hair was starting to get stiff. It did smell a little bit. Long story short, she was definitely in need for a wash and a refresh. So the way that I like to wash my wigs is I like to wash them in a way where after it has been all done and said, I will have a very easy reinstall, because I put all this effort into installing a wig, making it beautiful, and then when I wash it, the style is lost and I'm stressing just to get it. So the first thing I do before washing the wig is I put it on the mannequin head, and to help keep the part and the style and everything, I go ahead and braid back each side of the hair in the style that it was already in. And it doesn't have to be a perfect neat braid. It can be a 2-strand twist, just some type of tight braid that is going to help keep the hair in its style while you are washing it. And I do this for both sides. And once I have braided the hair in the front, I just like to tie the hair back, so this way I can focus on washing the front section and being, very diligent and not messing up the front style. And then later I will go in and wash the back. Here are the products that I like to use to wash my wigs. I like using this shampoo from Silk Elements. I have a really big bottle. It's inexpensive. It's about $12 for this big bottle from Sally's. It is a moisturizing shampoo, and it is a neutralizing shampoo, which I love to use whenever I'm trying to wash out the bleach from bleaching the knots, because it's going to let me know if I've washed out all of the chemicals. For my conditioner, I really like using this Garnier Whole Blend Honey Treasures, specifically this one. For my conditioning of my wigs, I feel like it's really moisturizing and helps. I can leave it on for a minute if I want to do a deep condition, or leave it on for 5 minutes for quick little conditioning. I really like to mainly use inexpensive drugstore products for my wigs. I feel like because I have a lot of wigs, it doesn't make sense for me to really use my good, Camille Rose or Shea Moisture products on my hair. And these work just as fine. If the white girls can use it, my wig can use it too. And then lastly, just to actually wash the lace, I like to use this Dawn antibacterial dish soap. This versus my shampoo, because one is antibacterial, so I feel like it kind of helps just get rid of all the just the dirt and debris and the funk on the lace that's going to be on my skin. I personally use the unscented one, but I didn't have any more, so I'm going to be using the scented one. And I just feel like dish soap really helps clean the lace, get off all of that glue, makeup, sweat. I feel like it just does a better job than using regular shampoo. So first I go in with the dish soap, and I'm just really getting it all over the lace and really working it through the front, scrubbing it, wash it like you'll wash your clothes, but still be gentle because you can rip your lace. Now, once I have washed everything out, I'm going in with this little tough hair baby brush. I don't know what to call it. It's like a mini bristle brush. And I'm just using this to kind of brush through the baby hairs and just brush out all that excess gel and gunk in it. And I like to just do this little extra detail because I feel like this way I can properly clean out the baby hairs and brush them out and still preserve the style, because that's what I like to make sure I'm doing when I'm washing my wigs, because you don't understand how annoying it is to wash a wig and you lost the part and now you gotta basically restyle the whole hair again. Now the front is fully washed. I've washed out the foundation, all the products and spray, everything from the lace. I can go ahead and start washing the actual hair. So I took the hair out of the braid and I took the ponytail holder, everything out, and the hair is just fully brushed back. And I'm still trying to be mindful of not, ruining the style, but now I can go ahead and just start scrubbing through and just cleaning out the hair and cleaning out all that product buildup. As far as how often I do this, if I'm being honest, I probably don't really like deep wash my hair to like at the end of the month. Like I don't like using shampoos on my own natural hair because shampoos are very drying. And I don't like using shampoos on wigs either because they can be drying, which is why I like to use this moisturizing shampoo. But I still don't really like do like a good shampooing like this like once a month, probably after a few. Like when my wig starts to smell like she's smelling funky. But as far as my lace, the lace can be depending on how often I was taking on and off the wig and how much buildup. Because some laces build up more than others. Some lace you don't even need that much spray to even get it down. So it just kind of depends. But I say I probably like every other week is how often I will be washing my lace, sometimes every week, depending. I have lots of wigs, so it's very different for me. You just kind of like once your lace lily is like chalked up and you can't even like get it to mesh into your skin naturally, then it's time to wash her out. If you're like me and you like to wash your wigs in the kitchen sink, definitely get yourself one of these little hair catchers that I have. Because the way I did not know that there was so much hair that got clogged in my garbage disposal, it was very disgusting unclogging that. In general, if you're washing your hair in the sink, do get you any sink, get a hair catcher because you don't. Once I was done shampooing the hair thoroughly and the hair was nice and clean, I'm going in with a conditioner, a good amount of that conditioner. And I like to just really saturate. Like that's why I get this one because it's cheap, so I can use as much as I want. And I really like to just work that product in from the bottom to the top. Really make sure I'm getting the ends because the ends of my wigs are always really dry. And depending on how tangled your wig is, this wig wasn't super tangled, so I can go ahead and do the detangling process now. But if your wig is like really, really matted, you might want to let it just sit in the conditioner for like a good 10 minutes first, let it soften before you try to like detangle it. But the wig wasn't super matted, so I could do the detangling process now. But to detangle my wigs, I love using this Dr. Knott's brush from Conair. It's a detangling brush and it does exactly what it does. Here I'm just showing you guys how I can like remove the little knots because sometimes the wig is, if it's an older wig, does get matted up from wear. So I like to really use this brush to just like take my time and get rid of all those knots. Be really gentle. Do not forcefully pull out like a matted section of hair. Like if you have to use a fine little comb to get through the little tangles, take your time because that can really easily mess up a wig. And once the hair is fully detangled, I can run my fingers through it. I'm going to let it sit in the conditioner. And the longer I let it sit, the better it is. But I was kind of impatient this day, so I just let it sit for an hour while I clean up around the house. I like putting my hair in like a plastic bag sometimes when I'm doing like a deep condition. I feel like something about the plastic bag and the wig tied up kind of creates heat, which kind of gives it like a more like deep conditioning effect. So I just kind of let the hair sit in the plastic bag, nice and wrapped up. Now that the hair has been fully washed and conditioned, the last little prep step I do to really ensure like a good and simple straightforward reinstall is I put the wig on my mannequin head, pin it down, and then I'm going in with this styling mousse. It's in the wrong bottle. I'm just using this bottle because I have the refill version of the product I'm talking about. This is the Nairobi wrapping foam, and I really love this foam so much. And I just go ahead and start like putting a good amount of the mousse all over the hair, and I just start remolding and reshaping the hair, basically parting the hair and cleaning it out, making it look like how I want it to look once I wear the wig tomorrow or whenever I go ahead and reinstall the wig. And I'm using that same hard bristle brush to help brush through everything. Doing this step, like molding your hair before you install it, even when it's like a brand new install, I do this, just really makes the install so much easier when you put the wig back on your head because you already like molded everything out. So it's kind of just like straightforward, and plus you get really flat results. Like I never have to do too much hot combing whenever I do this method because if you take your time like I am right here to like really brush and like press the hair flat with the mousse, you won't have to do like that much hot combing, which will really help. I also take this opportunity to clean out the parting in the back because I can never see the part in the back of my head when I'm installing the wig. So it's a perfect chance for me to just go ahead and make sure I cleaned and carved out that perfect C shape. And then once you're done molding the hair to your liking, like I even swoop the baby hairs a little bit too, I go ahead and let the hair either dry overnight, or if you have like a little hood, you can put it under your hooded blow dryer. And here we are the next day. The hair is fully air dried. I love how this texture has like this like nice little light body wave to it. And here's how the wig is looking. She's super flat. Like it literally looks ready for install. Like it's gonna be so easy to put this back on. And the lace is nice and clear and clean again. Just look at everything. Chef kiss. I just love how the wig looks right after a fresh mold. Like it's giving. With that said, we are ready to install her. And I've been just so excited to install this wig. This has been like my favorite wig this whole season right now. It's just, I don't know, something about how thick and luscious it is. I was not expecting to like this hair the way that I did. I'm so glad I did not sell this wig. And then the last little thing I like to do for my reinstalls, I like to check the lace to see if there's any like bald spots or just any like empty spaces of lace. And I take this moment to just use my razor and cut that off. Cutting off just like unnecessary spaces of lace can really help make your wig look refreshed, brand new, and it just lays better, because if it has no hair, there's no reason for you to be keeping that lace. Like, what are you doing? Saving it for later? Okay, and now let's get into this install. And look how cute everything looks. I look cute. My background is cute. I don't know. I'm so glad I decorated for the season. So, of course, since I already washed off that foundation, what am I going to do? Put that foundation right back on. I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me foundation to tint the lace just to get it the perfect skin tone. I believe this was a transparent lace wig, and I don't know if you can tell, but the lace has more like a white cast to it, which works great if you're a lighter, fair-skinned babe. But if you have more melanin in your skin, definitely if you use transparent lace, you got to tint it. And if you're more darker, like on the deeper range of skin tones, transparent lace probably won't be your best friend. Here is me just showing y'all that you don't need a wig cap, bald cap, none of that to slay your wigs. I hardly ever do wig caps or bald caps. Sometimes I do a wig cap, but I just be putting them wigs on raw. So I just went ahead and put the wig on. And like I said, like the wig is already laying itself down thanks to all that prep work we did last night. Wiping off my forehead to get the makeup off. Honestly, I prefer installing my wigs without makeup on my face, because the makeup can really just get in the way and make everything just more messy. And sometimes the spray you're using or the glue you're using wouldn't even lay that well. But I'm just trying to be cute for y'all, so you're welcome. Anyways, to lay down my wig, I'm using my Ebon Spray Wonder Lace. Love her, you know her. Only thing I use to lay down my lace. When it comes to reinstalling my wig, I like to spray it mainly under. I feel like spraying the lace under just works better because it kind of just helps you get less build up. Doesn't matter if you do under or over. Sometimes like right here, I even do over if I need to get like a very specific spot. But I try to do under more only because it's going to help just prevent the buildup on top of the lace. But either way works fine. It just depends on what works best for you. Once I have the lace nice and sprayed, I'm going in with my blow dryer on a warm setting, but a lower like power. And I'm just using the end of this razor to just push down the lace and press everything to make sure it's all sticking down in place. I'm also going in, like you can see, I do on top sometimes just to help like get the spots that I miss. Once I've properly sprayed the lace down on both sides, I like to just get my elastic band and place this over the lace just to give everything a moment to really just sit and just set before I try swooping the baby hairs. Because one thing, if the lace is not set and you try to like do the baby hairs, it's not gonna work. I usually like wait about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how much time I have to spare on this process. But after that, just go ahead and take the band off, and I can get into the baby hairs. One question I get a lot from y'all is, what do I do about the hard, crunchy hair, especially the baby hairs getting hard and crunchy after you use the Ebin spray? Girl, all I do is I just brush it out. Like right here, it's like all crunchy and there's like all that residue everywhere. It's looking a little hectic. But literally, I just gently use the comb part of my baby hair brush, and I'm just try to like gently just brush out the hair without, ripping the hair from the root. If it's really, really stuck, that means probably you're using way too much product than you need to use. And two, if it's really stuck, I like to just get some water. Like I'll put a little bit of water on a napkin, a little bit of water on the brush just to help soften the hair and break it out of that Ebin spray cast. But yeah, I just try to take my time and kind of just clean everything up because it can get a little bit messy when you're using the spray. Now that I'm done cleaning up the hairline, we can get to the baby hairs. I'm using my little, I believe it's like a eighth, tenths, 1/8, something like that. Mini curling, flat iron. Flat iron from Amazon. I like to just use this to help me curl the baby hairs. It makes swooping it easier. I've learned curling it inward, like doing an under curl, just kind of works better. You can do an over curl, but I feel like I like the way that an under curl works. And then I have a little dab of my Eco Styler gel. I do have a detailed tutorial explaining how exactly I do my baby hairs, but just for this point, I'm using a little bit of Eco Styler, literally a little bit, because I don't like my baby hairs to get too hard and crunchy. But I do use a good slab of it towards the back of the hairline because I'm doing that like swooped look, as you can see. You really need a good amount of like gel to help give that like that, what is it called, that fresh perm sew-in kind of effect with the baby hairs. But yeah, detailed tutorial explaining all of that. But so definitely check that out if you want to see how I do my baby hairs in more detail. Y'all notice how every step of the way I put this band on, the elastic band is part of the key of getting your wig to be super laid. Because now that my baby hairs are done, I'm putting that elastic band right back on to help melt and mold everything and to also hold the wig down throughout styling. Like I feel like the main reason why your wig probably isn't staying is you're probably not giving it time to sit in the elastic band to really get melted. Anywho, like I said earlier, because I did all that molding with the mousse, I don't have to do too much like pressing out of the roots because of that, but I still have to do a little bit of work. So I'm using some of this wax stick to help get rid of flyaways and add like a shine, and it helps like kind of like give something oily to help activate the hot comb, if that makes any type of sense. but I'm just using my hot comb on 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Y'all keep asking me where I got this hot comb from. I got it from Amazon. This one in particular is no longer in stock, but literally all I did was type in on Amazon 500 Fahrenheit, 500 Fahrenheit hot comb, and I look through those. And to make sure they're not lying, because people be lying on Amazon, you got to go through like the description box of like the product, like when they describe the specs of it, and it will tell you exactly how hot the hot comb can get. Most of them say 450. You got to look through to make sure it says 500 for it to get that hot. Anyways, yes, that is where I got my hot comb from. Now we can get into our styling. As far as styling products go, the only product I really like to use is this Garnier Fructis Anti-Frizz Serum. I'm telling you, drugstore products, like I call it white girl hair products. I don't know if that's racist or I don't know. But I call them white girl hair products because this is usually what my white friends would use in their hair. And since, wig hair textures do mimic more of a Caucasian white texture, it makes sense to use what they use in their hair. So I like to use this Garnier Fructis serum. It helps with frizz and it does add a little bit of shine and softness. I try not to use too much because it can be kind of heavy on the hair. And I get this from like Walmart, CVS, any local drugstore. Now, as far as my actual style, I wanted to give the hair some curls. Even though this is a straight hair, it does curl really well. That's why this has been like one of my favorite wigs of the year in total. I do plan on doing a video where I'm going to talk about like I'm going to be sharing my favorite wigs and the worst wigs of this year, so stay tuned for that. But this is one of my favorite affordable straight wigs that I've had. But one thing I like about this hair is because even though it's a straight wig, it gets really nice and straight, but it also can hold a really nice curl. And I actually do prefer this hair worn in the curled style because as nice as it looks straightened, it does get very tangled when it's straight. But something about when I have it like curled like this, it just doesn't tangle as much, and I don't know, it just looks really nice and beautiful when it's in this curled form. I'm using my flat iron to curl the hair because flat iron curls are just the easiest way for me to get curls in my opinion. Here is a little flat iron curl tutorial. So this is my left side. I like to get the flat iron, I clamp it, and then I just kind of like twist and wrap the hair over. And depending on the kind of slipperiness the hair has, I'll either slide the hair down or I'll just like do little open and closing motions to gently shift it down and work my way around the hair. I feel like making audibly doesn't make sense, but if you just like get your flat iron and try to like mimic this hand motion, like play this video and follow along with me, it will make sense. Try to like follow my hand. This is my left side that I'm doing right now because that's how I learned when I was trying to learn how to flat iron curl my hair. I couldn't understand what the people were saying, but I just like mimicked their hand motions by looking at them, and that's how I learned. So yeah. Once I get the curl, I like to hold it in my hand for a second. Always hold your curls before letting them drop. That kind of like helps them really form, especially if you have like a hair that's very stubborn and doesn't like to hold a curl. Sometimes you got to pin the curl for longer, but at least hold them for 5 seconds, let them cool, and then drop them. once I finish curling my hair, I like to use my fingers first instead of using like a brush or comb, because I like my curls to have a little bit of shape to them, but I still like more of a looser form. So I always use my fingers first and just kind of like play with them. And I wanted to add some layers to this hair because when I first installed this wig, I wanted it to be super long and all one length, but I feel like layers and curls just go hand in hand. So I'm just doing a little bit of light framing layers here and there, and just keep just playing with the curls and shaping it until it looks the way that I want it to look. And I do like to add a little bit of got to be spray in certain places to just help hold the style and hold the shape that I like. But that's really it. And look at this. Y'all see that? I was really feeling myself like, okay, girl, show them. Yes, give them face. Come on. Like, this wig looks so good. This is literally one of my favorite wigs I've installed this whole year. And I didn't expect this to be my favorite wig because Vshow company, I've had some hit and misses with them, but this hair is so freaking nice. It's maintained its thickness, its softness. I won't lie to y'all, it does kind of like snag up and tangle a bit, but it's more on the affordable end, so you kind of do get what you pay for. But even though with the tangling, I still can say that this is one of my favorite wigs of this year, especially for the affordability of it. And just look how thick and full it is. Mind you, this was a sponsored wig, so keep that in mind. I can only speak of my experiences personally, but I just wanted to, show y'all how I, wash, refresh my wigs, because this hair, it was not having all this movement and body when I first got it. Y'all saw how oily and greasy it was. And now the lace, chef kiss. Like, I feel like it just, nothing hits better than a new washed wig install. Like, ooh, it just looks so freaking good and the hair feels really good. Now, for the best part of this whole video, I will be doing a giveaway, y'all. I will be giving away this exact wig, and even better, I will be giving you this customized wig. Like, basically, I'm going to give you this exact wig, but it's going to come plucked and bleached and styled by me. So all you have to do to get this wig is answer this super simple question: what are my favorite type of flowers currently? And thing is, I gave the answer to this in my last video because I'm doing a whole, Vlogmas series where every video that I'm dropping this month is going to have a giveaway, and I gave the answer to this question on there. So if you watch that video, you should know the answer, and if you don't, you got to go back and find it. First person to comment the right answer gets the wig. But if you end up missing out on this one, don't worry, babes, because literally every video that I'm dropping, and I'm dropping quite a few videos this month, is going to have some type of giveaway. Either it's going to be a wig. Last time I gave away some money and some Christmas trees, but yeah, my love language is giving gifts to people, and I really love and appreciate you guys. And I feel like for the holiday season, I just want to give back to y'all. Even like one of my giveaways is going to be my old wigs that I have, because y'all stay asking me to give y'all my old wigs. So don't worry, I'm going to be giving away my old wigs. So just keep watching all my videos. And as you can see, it's useful to be keeping update with me because the answer to this wig is in my last one. And yeah, but that's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this install, this tutorial. I enjoyed making it for y'all. Like, as you can see, I'm just over here feeling myself in these clips. And I hope to see y'all in another one. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And peace out, Girl Scouts. Goodbye, and happy holidays.
I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about.